In the year 1100, one city in North America was larger than London. No castles, no iron weapons, no written language. Yet, it was massive. Why didn't your history book tell you this? That city was called Cahokia, located near modern-day Illinois. At its peak, it had 20,000 to 40,000 people, was larger than London in 1100, and had massive engineered earth pyramids, and the largest structure, Monk's Mound, taller than many European buildings of its time. Let that sink in. Cahokia had no horses, no steel, no wheeled carts. Yet they built over 100 mounds, a complex urban layout, and trade networks across thousands of miles. How labor organization, engineering knowledge, and agricultural surplus. This wasn't primitive. This was planned civilization. When Christopher Columbus arrived in 1492, North America was not empty wilderness. Estimates suggest millions lived across the continent: cities, roads, trade, agriculture. So why were they invisible in later history books? Cahokia didn't fall to Europeans. It declined around 1300. Possible reasons: climate change, flooding, resource depletion, political instability. But here's the real twist. When Europeans arrived later, many major cities were already gone. Disease and disruption erased entire populations before written records. Cahokia traded shells from the Gulf Coast, copper from the Great Lakes, stones from distant regions. This wasn't isolated, it was connected America. For centuries, the dominant narrative was America was empty. But archaeological evidence tells another story. Complex societies existed long before 1492. The continent was alive. When you think of the Americas before 1492, what comes to mind? For many of us, it's a picture of vast, untouched wilderness, maybe with a few small, scattered tribes. But what if I told you that was one of the biggest misconceptions in history? What if I told you that the Americas were home to civilizations so advanced they rivaled anything in Europe, Asia, or Africa? Let's start down south, in the Andes Mountains. Long before the Inca, who were famous for Machu Picchu, there were other cultures doing incredible things. Imagine a city, Caral Soup, in modern-day Peru, thriving over 4,600 years ago. That's the same time the Great Pyramids were being built in Egypt. These people weren't just surviving, they were building massive stone pyramids, complex irrigation systems to farm the dry land, and even developed a unique form of record-keeping using knotted strings called quipus. They had a complex society with organized labor and a rich spiritual life, all without ever inventing the wheel or traditional writing. Now, let's travel north to Mesoamerica, the land of the Maya and the Aztecs. We've all seen pictures of their stunning pyramids, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. The Maya were brilliant astronomers. Their calendar was so precise it could predict solar eclipses. And it was actually more accurate than the one used in Europe at the time. They developed a complete writing system, one of only a handful to be invented independently in human history. And they were mathematical geniuses who independently developed the concept of zero. Think about that zero, a cornerstone of modern math. Meanwhile, the Aztec capital, Tenochtitlan, was an engineering marvel. It was a massive city built on an island in the middle of a lake, larger than any European city of its era, including Paris or London. It had floating gardens called chinampas that were so fertile they could produce multiple harvests a year, feeding a population of over 200,000 people. The city was meticulously planned, with grand temples, palaces, and a complex system of canals and causeways. It was a bustling, vibrant metropolis. So why don't we hear more about this? Why is the dominant story one of an empty continent? The answer is complicated and tragic. When European colonizers arrived, they didn't just conquer the land. They systematically worked to erase the history and achievements of the people who lived there. They burned libraries of Mayan books, melted down intricate gold artwork, and dismissed indigenous knowledge as primitive. Even more devastating were the diseases they brought with them. Smallpox, measles, and influenza swept through the Americas, wiping out up to 90% of the population in some areas. Entire cities were abandoned, knowledge was lost, and societies collapsed. The vibrant, populated landscape the first Europeans saw was quickly transformed into the empty wilderness that later settlers believed had always been there. But this wasn't an empty continent, it was an emptied one. What we're left with are fragments, ruins of cities, broken pottery, and oral traditions passed down through generations against all odds. Archaeologists and historians are working to piece this incredible story back together, revealing a history far richer and more complex than we ever imagined. These weren't just tribes. They were nations, empires, and brilliant civilizations. But the story of erasure doesn't end there. There's another chapter, a secret hidden in plain sight, involving a civilization north of Mexico that built a city larger than medieval London, with a population in the tens of thousands. A city with a pyramid larger at its base than the Great Pyramid of Giza. Its influence stretched across a continent, yet its name is almost completely unknown to most of us today. Who were these mysterious city builders of North America? We'll uncover that mystery in the next video. Thanks for watching. If this changed the way you see history, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next exploration. See you then.